buddy. All right, let's see. I upped the volume here, so it should be a little bit more clear today. Yeah. Some of you guys talk. I just want to see the audio.
Yo.
Okay.
Yo.
I think it's pretty good.
Nice.
Cool. Let's start out with obviously the biggest, I think, news of the past 24 hours was StockX adding NFTs. It's pretty massive what they've done, but the prices they went to like absurd numbers considering they're just backed by a shoe. Did you guys see that it says in their terms that they're like not actual NFTs basically, and you can't like trade them on the chain or anything?
Yeah, it's I think, and I was telling Garrett this yesterday, I don't think they had to make many changes. I really think they were able to push this in a matter of weeks, because if you look at it, from what I can tell, the entire thing is all they did was add a new product to StockX,
right?
You know, like they would if the new MetaZoo or Topps product released. So, and the payment's all the same too. There's no like Ethereum integration yet. So I really don't think they had to change anything to make this. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right, 1,000%. It's just crazy that these are going. They were going for so much more than. Look at this. The Dunk, Panda Dunk was. At one point, it sold for over $1,000, like a lot. Oh my gosh, it sold for over $2,000, $3,500. Unbelievable.
Insane.
And they sold them for $220 yesterday at 1:10 p.m. Yeah.
And we should probably say like what they've said, what we've read is that really the only benefit here is you can invest and buy into it, expecting the value of the shoe to go up, which would then cause, hopefully in theory, people to buy in, which they could then exchange for the physical shoe. But really the only benefit here is you're either one, buying in because you think the shoe's going to go up in value, or two, you think the shoe's undervalued and you're doing it for a long-term purchase of the physical item. So I don't know.
The cool thing about it, and this is something that I've wanted for a long time, it's basically like you can buy a shoe and not have to pay the shipping costs and everything, right? So, you know, if you could buy a Strange Love Dunk for $500 and you thought it was going to go to $1,000, for one, they can't scam you like they scam you by saying, oh, well, it didn't pass authentication. And for two, you don't have to pay like the shipping costs and everything. So that's kind of nice, but I don't know if it'll actually work that well. So.
Got it.
Anybody else thoughts on this?
I don't like it. The concept is good, but you're not gonna catch me buying what is this? Like the cause you have up right now, $600. That shoe is nowhere near worth that. Right. Until there's more utility to the actual shoe just being available, it's insane to me that anyone's paying anywhere near what they are.
Right.
Just kind of seems cash grabby to me. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, the online mini sold for $5,000.
Yeah, like that.
Oh my gosh.
Just buy the shoe, you know?
That's insane.
And the thing that's funny too is like I really think it's more of a marketing campaign than it is like any care or like enthusiasm towards Web3. Like
they're just stealing the name NFT. I mean, they're just it's not even NFT. Well, it's just a joke is what it is.
I mean, when in their article, like one of the top like convincing points, like their goal for it is saying that there's free shipping on it. It's like I don't if we're advertising free shipping on an NFT, I don't think that's what we should be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think pass. We're done.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to them, to be honest.
Sounds good. Yeah, pass for now. Whatever. See what happens. The full send meta card.
Yeah, full send. It's crazy. Like it's like as we speak, things are changing with full send. I'll give my 2 cents. I'm sure Aiden slumped. Everyone else has opinions. It's been really messy. It feels really rushed. We first saw them talk about this on the Gary Vee podcast that was released last week. And from what we had heard then, it sounded like they had teased an NFT project, but it sounded like this was something much longer term, something they were going to push in the spring or early summer. And now a week later, they've announced this project, which is now, they did almost no marketing. It kind of markets itself, obviously, with their name. But now what we're seeing is like 200,000 people in there, 2,000 people in their, 200,000 people in their Discord server. Last night they did a call in their server. It was breaking Discord's network. There were like 12,000 people in the call. So now there's a lot of issues with the project. They gave everyone whitelist who applied for it. All you had to do was like pay $3 to boost their server. So that now the main concern is the mint price. If all 10,000 spots, the project's out of 10,000, are given to whitelist holders, which in theory, if everyone who was whitelisted does buy it, then it will sell out during the whitelist. If those all sell out, then the floor is either going to go up or down. I think right now what we just saw is we saw Kyle, main guy with Nelk, post a Twitter video announcing that he had given 500 NFTs to a bunch of influencers, most of which were in his circle, for a mint price of 0.75. So safe to assume that we're going to be paying 0.75 as well, which is insane. I mean, I don't know if you guys can think of the last time we paid anything over like 0.7 for a mint or 0.5.
The last thing that comes to mind was the Azuki Dutch auction, but again, that was just demand.
Yeah.
Versus like a fixed price.
Yeah, and that was real demand. Yeah. So now it's like, okay, what we just saw, I mean, as soon as recently as, 20 minutes ago, is like Bradley Martin, like these guys who are tied into the Nelk circle as close as it gets. Like Bradley Martin, we saw Sam Pepper, who's a huge Twitch streamer, a bunch of guys, like a bunch of the internal managers, Mike Majak, like Jeff, who's a manager for Logan Paul and has been for years. All these guys just minted and now are selling for like 2. So I think now the floor is probably down to like 1.7. I personally got whitelist, and I'm still not sure if I'm gonna mint. I mean,
this guy, Kyle was talking about that guy Sam Pepper. You can see that guy selling he got him minted. He got an 8. Right? Wasn't he saying Sam Pepper was like a scammer or a known scammer?
Yeah. He said.
Yeah. And this guy's selling. You'll see he got 8. He got 8 minted. And I'd be curious to see. Let me see if I can find the transaction here. Here we go. Let's see if he paid for these. He did. Yeah. He paid 3.75 and he got
they all
5 there. Yeah. Yep. So
but
he got 8 total, and he's sold 3 so far. So not a good look for them.
Eden. So yeah, I think my concern now is like, if we look at Nelk's audience, ages like 17 to like I'd say 24, 25. I think obviously they are bullish on Nelk. They would buy anything Nelk. We were the ones reselling Nelk merch last summer. But now it's like, I don't think that's the same audience who's willing to put, $2,500 into an NFT and hold it. I don't see that working out. Eden,
no.
What do you think?
I certainly think they'll sell out at whatever mint price they want. Their following is too big, and there's too many people in the NFT space, obviously, that want to make a quick buck. With that said, I do think that the floor, for the floor to sustain these kind of levels, there would be real buying pressure needed. And although the speculation is that with a big name like Nelk and the influencer connections that they have, this project would just run. I don't really see it that way, because I think at least from what I've seen, a lot of their audience and core fan base is sort of like that younger demographic between like 16 to 21 years old, maybe pushing like 24 at the oldest. And I really don't see people like that, for one, diving deep into NFTs, and for two, being willing to fork up like 2 ETH for a project that has just launched basically in a week's time. So that's where I am about it. I think definitely if you have whitelist, go for it, get your bag, but I wouldn't really look back after selling. That's just my stance on it.
Yeah, I agree that I think that quick flipping this is like the safer option, without a doubt, because it could go either direction in my opinion. Like you said, their following is so big, and I mean, just statistics alone would tell you that they do have a lot of people that could afford an NFT like this, and then obviously a lot of just people in the NFT space are going to be holding, but it's really going to be a matter of utility. Like, does Nelk make this some really cool shit where like every month they're selecting a couple people, like a couple holders, to come out for one of their videos or come out to a party or something like that. That would actually be like a relevant utility to their fan base. If they were to do something like that and actually really stay committed to this as like their main project, blah blah blah, then maybe there'd be long-term potential. But I think it's also just as likely that they would end up just forgetting about this project like Logan Paul Crypto Zoo and just go on to the next and try to sell out another big mint, because that's where the real money is, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And to that point, I think that's what a lot of people are concerned with, is like the most relatable thing to this scenario is what Logan Paul did, which, I mean, frankly, was pretty close to a rug as far as the NFTs never revealed. It's been 4 months. And then to your point about the utility, what they've said is they're already planning on working on more NFT projects. So they said Happy Dad, which is like their hard seltzer that they have that's in like 5 states right now and going to 15 more this year. They're saying now they're going to make an NFT for Happy Dad. So it's like, okay, once we're at Happy Dad, the utility for this NFT either becomes, okay, the value is going to increase because this is the first of their collection, or because you're able to, you know, be automatically whitelisted for future projects. But other than that, they're saying that you're going to get merchandise access, like special chats with them. But I really don't think there's anything groundbreaking here as far as how they can accommodate for 10,000 people who really, really like it and can pay 0.75 ETH for them.
Cool. Yeah, I don't have much more to say on that topic. I think that we covered Full Send pretty well. We talked StockX. Let's go into, did you want to touch on these DAOs that they just keep popping up?
Yeah, the Ella DAO was the big one yesterday.
Ella DAO.
Got up to like a 1.2 ETH floor. This one was actually launched by the girl herself, not just a random guy using her pictures. But yeah, dude, I don't even know. Is this the new meta? I hope not. I mean, does OpenSea become the new OnlyFans? I hope not. But pretty crazy to see some of these e-girls onboarding into the NFT space. I mean, the money, the sheer lump sum money that they can make is probably nothing like they've seen before. So I expect this to continue with other girls that have big followings. And like the Ella DAO it was a free mint. It sold out like instantly. Hassan, not Chef Bob, he bought the release and hit 250 of them, dude.
My gosh.
I know.
That's
250.
insane.
It's freaking insane. So that being said, like obviously he wasn't able to. I don't even think he sold any of them when they peaked at that 1.1, 1.2 mark. But dude, they're still 0.3, 0.4. I mean, 250 on a multiplier like that is insanely huge money. So, yeah, I'm expecting. I don't know, dude. Any e-girls that are involved and active in the NFT space that have big followings, maybe consider following them with notifications on. As crazy as that is.
Cool.
Question for you, Garrett, and Aiden had kind of brought this up earlier, and Aiden, feel free to answer this too. Do you think, like, when we're seeing projects like these continue to pump, it seems like daily now, do you think that's an indicator of like a top signal for this bull run, or do you think we have a while left?
See, here's the interesting thing, man. It's like it's really hard to compare bull runs and NFTs because this literally is the future of the world, and the amount of people being onboarded into the NFT space grows monthly. You know, there's like 5-6 times more active users now on OpenSea, active wallets, individual wallets, 6 times more than the first like big bull run in August, September. So I don't know, man. Sheer onboarding of new users and clients could prevent this from like topping out. But I will say that everything feels really soft right now. Not everything is up only. I've lost my ass on some plays. I know a lot of other people have as well. And yeah, there's a lot of bigger economic factors that are softening the economy right now. And yeah, it's interesting right now. I know Vince agrees that it feels really soft right now, and being cash heavy, USD heavy is probably one of the most advisable things.
Yeah, I agree. We talked on that yesterday. I can't agree more. Let's get out of
Yeah.
Ella DAO and these DAOs, and let's go into a project that's been hyped for months, which was the Hatebeast, and it's going to be all whitelist at this point. And what time is that today going down?
1 o'clock is their whitelist, man. 1 Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like
And
they'll
the
have a
issue with
couple
it is that
hours.
it's all whitelist. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
and obviously
the
with
enti-
I think the entire project has what 300,000 members in the Discord. Like it's comparable to Nelk's size of following because they've been around for much longer. So yeah, I mean, I don't think none of us here have whitelist. I would imagine most of our members probably don't have whitelist. It was very difficult to get, from my understanding. I think, price action on the secondary should be really interesting. I would bet it opens probably at like a 1.5 to 2 ETH floor. People sell off and it kind of takes off a little bit. I could probably see it topping at like 2.5, 2.8. A lot of resistance before 3, and maybe if it can break through, then that'll be interesting. But personally, I'm not going to be touching this one. I'm looking to buy another Azuki before the reveal tomorrow, if they get to a price level that I'm comfortable with. So that's my focus right now. But yeah, should be a cool project. Definitely interesting. Definitely going to be expensive though.
Yeah, they have a lot of engagement and following's been there for a while. How comparable is Azuki engagement?
I think,
Azuki's
about
Discord's
half,
like
maybe?
80,000, I want to say. They just broke 100K on Twitter. Versus Hatebeast has like 200. It has a 250,000 followers on Twitter already.
I feel
So,
like
like-
these could run past. Yeah, these could run.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it's hard to compare him to Azuki because I think
I think so,
Azuki's
too.
been out too new. Yeah.
Mhm. Hatebeasts have been brewing forever. I mean, I remember finding this project in like October, November of last year.
Right. That's why I'm just saying they could run a lot higher than the Azuki's did and a lot quicker. Just because it's like the mecha versus that hype has been like just building.
Totally.
Like anticipation. Huh.
What do you guys think of the art? I personally don't really love it.
It's
I think
pretty
this
good.
3D
The 3D stuff's hot right now.
Yeah.
It's so
Um,
hot. So
So
hot.
it'll be cool to watch once they're on OpenSea and going for sure.
It'll be big. Gas will be expensive all day long.
Oh,
This
yeah.
Nelk Mint, these, and then aftermarket for both. It's going to be an expensive day.
Cool. Okay, let's
We'll have to
see.
see how Nelk does.
What are we full send? What do we have next? Metroverse? Did we want to talk about
We
those
can
at all?
talk Bowman Draft Sapphire.
Oh, you want to talk Bowman Draft?
Sapphire. Yeah, literally just
Yeah.
dropped
Let's
when
do
we
it.
started the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Bowman
I mean-
Draft Sapphire, obviously one of the premier baseball products in the whole hobby. Breakers love it. General private consumers love it. Really, really popular stuff, and they make it pretty limited. I want to say last year's took a while to sell out, probably because of site issues, if I recall. This has always been a product that we can make a lot of money on. I know bots did pretty well. They're out of stock now, but yeah, I think a lot of us hit, which is awesome. Shout out Jake B.
325s, 330s on eBay right now. Where do you
Yeah,
think we're gonna
200.
see
Yeah,
them
we
go? 275
Um,
maybe.
20.
No, I don't think they'll get as low as 275. Breaker demand, and just, I don't know. I really think the demand is going to uphold prices on these. We saw last year's get some pretty high
Okay.
prices, and yeah, this is a great box.
I don't think they ever went
I
live
think-
on the front end. Like it was just bots checking it out.
No, yeah.
What it seems. So
Yeah.
I think they're gonna want it.
So product never showed it. Never showed it. I think if you look at 2019 2020s though, those are 450, 500, 400. So I think, I mean, if I was to hit these, I'd just be holding. I don't think I think as breakers are breaking these, there's, even though the class isn't that great this year, I think we're gonna see these. I mean, by next year, these will be $400 easily.
Yeah, I plan to hold mine.
Oh, you hit
Cool.
some slumps?
Yeah, I hit 3 and I hit a couple for ACO. But they flew, so didn't hit a ton.
I don't know what
But,
Jake did, dude, but he literally hit like 75 boxes.
Yeah,
That's
we had
crazy.
some members hit
Was
a
that-
bunch of these for sure.
It was very limited though. I mean, for it to go sell out that quickly,
Seemed like
Yeah.
it.
I know.
like what, 3 minutes, something, if not less.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy that they never went live on the front end.
Oh, Joe's
and
saying
they put
now.
that-
Go ahead. What are you saying, McKay?
Oh, they put up that Cloudflare queue, but once you got through the queue, just took you to a 404 page. So
Got it. Joe was
No,
saying
sh-
Nelk's at
I mean, we
12:30.
could for sure.
Where we're just seeing
Yeah,
is
so
Tops
Nelk-
just don't care anymore. They're just like cashing out, moving
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, Vince. So Nelk whitelist will go live in 5 minutes, and anything that's left over will go live at 3 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see.
Wait, Lise, what were we saying
We'll
about
see how it
tops?
goes.
Was it you saying tops?
No, I was just I was saying Tops. We're just seeing them like they're carrying less and less as time's going. We've been seeing it since like November.
Well, Fanatics has formally taken over all of their operations and distribution. Like they're directly overseeing it. So Fanatics obviously is a huge incentive not to let stuff slip. I actually expect to see quality control and other things improve
Here on out.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna see.
Cool.
Jake got me like 24 of these tops boxes, dude.
So yeah, it's
Was
gonna
that
be-
your privacy?
Yeah. And then he got like 50 something for himself.
sick?
Wow, that's insane.
I
I
know.
guess
So
I
is-
just started late. I don't know what happened because I didn't hit 50.
50.
No,
oh
just
So
my
it
God.
sounds like
The same setup as him hit 0.
Hmm.
I mean, be some luck involved.
Let's
it
talk
sounds
about
like
mecha
Keyword
mounts.
Send worked.
Mecha mounts, soul drops tonight.
I think that's our soul drop for the day. Maybe there's one more I'm forgetting.
Let's recap the chalkboard apes super briefly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd
do
be a
good.
good idea.
Dude.
Yeah, let's do
I
that.
don't even.
I say
don't
Garrett
even know where to
recap.
start. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Basically, Chalkboard Apes, they released like 120 of them pre-sale that didn't get bought by whitelist. Those did well. Like the floor went up to like 4 or 5 soul. I got one with Cyber Keys and sold it, which was sick. And then 5 p.m. Eastern, they did their like public mint, which was like 2,300 remaining stock. And dude, they literally put a honeypot like on their actual website, the link that was used for the pre-sale. They created like a honeypot candy machine link or whatnot, and then they dropped a new link right at 5. So anyone that ran bots on their actual original website got completely honeypotted, and they shamelessly said they're not giving the money back, and no one gives a fuck because it was only botters that got burnt on it. So yeah, I lost 5 soul, which was basically my 5 soul profit that I made from the project earlier in the day. Really frustrating. But they did exceptionally well in the aftermarket. I think the floor got up right around 4 soul after
Yeah.
the public mint. It went way up, dude. Some guys sold for 5x, 6, 8x. Right now it's cooled off. Last I checked this morning, it was around 2 soul. But I personally am just trying to forget about that project right now and move on to the next. So yeah, tonight we've got mecha mounts, which are pretty promising. It's cool. It's a play to earn project. The engagement isn't too crazy, but a lot of smart people are going for it.
Yeah, I think they look really cool as well.
Me
I
too.
think in this market, even though it's a little iffy in my opinion, if those chalkboard apes can do over 500%, I think most decent mints with solid art and a decent following, depending on supply, have a good chance. So with 1,500 of these, I think these have a good shot of being profitable for sure. I want to go back to the chalkboard apes though. Did you guys notice on Magic Eden they now have a derivative tag on these projects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we were.
What happened was-
So do you guys know like the laws behind derivatives of when it comes to like art and just honestly
Nope.
anything?
Isn't it you can use free reign if it's like a parody or some derivative type. If it's altered enough, you can do it.
So check this out. I saw this yesterday. It says basically in the United States, in a section of the United States law, that derivative work that's based on pre-existing works basically is legal as long as it's not directly basically the same as the other, and it doesn't do like a negative. It doesn't like negatively impact the original, if that makes sense. They're basically protected by copyright laws, these derivatives, and that's what Magic Eden had said about the Bored Apes Solana Club. They said, Magic Eden said, we've listened to all the feedback regarding the Bored Ape Soul Club. We've been taking the time to talk to people on both sides. What we've decided to do is create a derivative badge and adding it to collections who self-identify as such. So that's their stance on it at this time. They have been removing projects, and I think they're removing ones that are like negatively showing the projects, or maybe are just like exactly the same or something. So
kind of an interesting build off of that. I was looking at Airtable, which is the hosting platform where you can submit for Magic Eden Launchpad listings. And one of the questions in the forum is your collection a derivative? I wasn't there earlier, so I think they're taking a firmer stance on it, like you said. And maybe those projects that are being removed are the ones that don't self-identify as derivatives and try to skate by as an original project.
Oh, yeah.
That might be the reason, but totally possible.
Cool. Okay, I think we've covered everything, haven't we, today? Not a ton going on with Solana, but
I mean, a couple other soul drops too. I guess relics as well, which we'll go for.
Oh yeah, relics.
Yeah, relics. I mean,
oh, it's the bot
Relics
one. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so relics just another sniping bot, or it's actually a minting bot. Just for Solana, it's pretty cheap. One soul mint, like 600 supply for public. I mean, I'm gonna go for it. I think at the very least I'll have a Solana bot that I can use. And at the best it'll be like a 4 or 5x. So
yeah,
I think it'll be just fine.
Yeah, this is a great one to go for. Bots are hot right now. I mean, even the bad bots are going for over 1 Solana. What was the one that's barely working? Some fast fingers, I think.
Yeah.
It was going for 1 Sol, and I don't even think it was working. Now it's 0.82, but it doesn't really work. So, and it's still selling. So, I mean, I think it's, when you're talking about risks, this is a good project to go for. And it's 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. Sweet.
Cool. You guys set? I'm set.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm set.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks,
Till
guys.
tomorrow.
Yeah.